There we go. How you doing, Steven? And how you doing, guys? I'm gonna say Wamu is your favorite. Who's Wamu? I'm not familiar with that name. It's not even a name that it sounds like I forgot who that is. I don't think I know who that is at all. Welcome in, everybody. We're just getting started. Okay, let's get this show on the road. What's good, everybody? How you doing, Ho Hepa? What's good? Today, the theme of the day is who is your favorite wind user? So I picked out Aang. We got Naruto. We got Appa, and oh wait, I just realized it's why is the I just realized the wrong background. It's set to the wrong back. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. TikTok and YouTube have the wrong. Hold on. I fumbled a little bit. Silly mistake. Silly mistake. And fixed. Fixed. My bad. My bad. I don't know why YouTube didn't update, but I just fixed it. We're good now. Dragon from One Piece. So Dragon is not a good pick. Dragon is not a good pick. Because that is a fan theory. That is a fan theory. Dragon's Devil Fruit is not confirmed. That is purely speculation based off the scene of Loketown. So, sorry, man, that doesn't count yet. Angeezy, fair enough. Thank you, Ben, for the heart. Sorry about that brief mess up with the background on YouTube. My bad. Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. Okay, so like the thing is, Tatsumaki uses telekinesis. So like, I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a bit different. Like she uses telekinetic powers that can manipulate the wind. Like I guess we can. I feel like it's a reach. I feel like it's a reach. As to be Naruto, I mean, Naruto's a solid pick. I mean, I do have him up on the screen for a reason. There's someone from Mortal Kombat. I don't know his name. I don't play Mortal Kombat, and I also don't know Mortal Kombat lore, so I don't know who that would be. Kaido also does not really. Guys, do you know your characters? Like, Kaido does not have wind powers. He has a devil fruit that turns him into a dragon, and he's able to produce flames and conjure clouds that could, like, lift things. He doesn't have wind powers. Let's see. How you doing? We're doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. Appa, great pick. Appa is awesome. I mean, is good. I think saying no competition is a bit of a stretch. I do like him. I did put him up on screen. Just I wouldn't go that far for him. I run an anime shorts channel. No advertising on my page. Don't do that. Tatsumaki, I already read that one. Who's my choice? My personal choice would probably be I do like Naruto more than Aang. Even though I think I like Avatar more than Naruto. Like, if we're going series by series, I think I like Avatar more than Naruto. But I think I like Naruto more than Aang. So, probably Naruto. I'll think on it. I'll think on it. Let's see. Don't spam. Yes, please do not spam in chat. It is not appreciated. Black Clover, probably like a high eights, low nines. Like, it's very good. It is Wamu. I am not familiar with who Wamu is. So who is that? I run a nothing burger channel. Please don't advertise in my chat. Thank you. Kazuma. I don't know who Kazuma is. Let's see. Wamu is from JoJo. This is why I figured it was going to be a JoJo's character. I'm not up to date on JoJo's, so I don't know. I don't know who that is. This is where Avatar shines. I mean, the thing is, Avatar. I don't think this is where Avatar shines specifically, because most of the airbenders in Avatar are dead. Like, Aang is cool, and in Korra the Last Airbender, in Legend of Korra, we do have a couple more airbenders, but not that many. From Black Clover, I think that's reasonable. He's not going to be my favorite, but I get it. Zahir. I don't think I know Zahir. Monk Gyatso. I'm not sure who that is either. Who's Monk Gyatso? Is the strongest wind user? Not even remotely close. In Black Clover, probably. Just because there's not that many wind users in Black Clover. So, that'd be fair enough. Windmill is your favorite wind user. Makes energy, electrical, so cool. I don't know who Windmill is. So who is that, another JoJo's character I just haven't met yet? Aang's mentor? Oh. I remember him. Okay, he was nice. We talked about Wamu yesterday for the sand user. So, sand and wind are two separate things. If you use wind to control sand, you're not a sand user. You're a wind user. Uro Takata. Uro Takaka. I don't know who that. I just don't know the characters you guys are naming today. Who is the winner for best stand user? So we do not have a winner for we're not doing a vote per se. We're not voting on who the best users are. It's just coming together and discussing our favorite characters of different categories. So it's not like we did a vote. Uro Takaka is very under. I don't know who that is though. I'm sorry, Kanishka. I just don't know who that is. Is it worth €5 for Naruto manga? Sounds about right. That's around $8-9 for a volume. That's in the right price range, I would say. Thoughts on Inasa? Guys, most of the characters you guys are naming today, I just don't know who they are. Who's Inasa? Who are these people? A dragon? Okay, guys, let's do a quick recap. Dragon is not a confirmed wind user. He's not. That is speculation. That is fan theory based off one scene in Loketown. We don't know what his powers are. What about the Akatsuki villain which fought Naruto? You talking about Pain? Pain is not a wind... technically, you can make an argument for Kakuzu, but Kakuzu would steal people's hearts and then have access to their chakra types. So, you could make an argument... I'd say Kakuzu is fair. Any flying Pokemon. So, I think that's fair. So, if you want to use Pidgeot, Fearow... flying Pokemon, I'd say that's a valid take. Because yesterday we talked about sand and we counted ground-type Pokemon, so I think it's only fair if we're talking flying-type Pokemon, we count them as wind users as well. Thoughts on Grave of the Fireflies? I watched that movie a couple months ago. Very good. I did not cry. If you think I didn't cry, but a good movie. Look at the likes. Okay. I see them. Is Berserk a disturbing anime? I would say no, but it depends on who you're talking to. There are some scenes in there that might make people uncomfortable. I would not recommend it to children. Thoughts on Ranking of Kings? Absolutely fantastic. I rank it very highly. Fantastic series. Staraptor is the best regional bird. I like Staraptor. It's not going to be my favorite flying type. It's not going to be my favorite bird, but Staraptor is cool. I do have an appreciation for Staraptor. Stat-wise, I don't know. I don't know what the strongest is. That's not really my specialty. But I still like the Pokemon. Favorite wind user, what do I mean? I mean favorite fictional character that utilizes wind with their abilities. So Aang, the air nomads from Avatar in general, Tamari. Is Mereoleona in your top 5 flame users? I don't really make a list for this kind of thing. I think Mereoleona is an awesome character, but I don't really keep track. But she is fantastic. She is one of my favorite characters from Black Clover. What do I think Light should... No, I do not think Light should have won. I think he should have lost right at the start. He's completely incompetent. Let's see. Wright brothers are your favorite wind user. You know what? That's a hot take, but I'll give it to you. That's an interesting take, but you know what? Because of the sheer creativity of that comment, I'm just going to give it to you. The Wright brothers. Fair enough. Inventors of the airplane. There are 5 people in YouTube chat and you still managed to skip me. Okay. I have 2 chats going and I don't see every single comment. And getting angry that I don't see your comment is a good way to just for me to ignore future comments. Let's see. Why is Death Note considered smart when the whole plot is just writing names in a notebook? So the thing is, that's oversimplification. That is oversimplification. Like, is that how light kills people? Yes. But then you're kind of skipping over all the methods they are using to avoid getting caught, while also what methods the other side is using to track them down when there's no evidence left behind. So you're kind of really, like, you're not thinking it through. What do I mean 2 chats? I have my YouTube chat and I have my TikTok chat. When we do live streams outside of Twitch, I multi-stream. So I'm not only on one platform. Yeah, I'm on YouTube and TikTok. It's way more efficient for me to talk to multiple chats at the same time. It helps me grow more platforms. And that way, if one chat is quiet, there's more, I kind of have more comments to use to keep things going. A Storm, excellent pick. I actually know a person in real life named Storm. Awesome person. He does not, unfortunately, have superpowers. Not gonna lie, Light kind of fumbled hard first. I mean, I agree completely. He did. He fell for L's trap right at the start of the series. Don't worry, Biggest. I'm not mad. Not mad at all. But yeah. Now you know. Do I think that Yuno is getting too much books? What do you mean too much books? Is that a term? Is that like a new hip thing that people are saying? What does books mean in this context? Zahir, when he enters the void, is sick. Who's Zahir? Guys, I'm just really bad with names. Who is Zahir? Is there any MHA wind users? Yes. Yes, there are. For example, there's that one guy. You meet him during the hero exam. Not like the entrance exam to Hero Academia, but like during their graduation exam. There's this one guy from a different school, big, tall, jack guy, uses wind. I used it to gather up a bunch of the balls and then knock a bunch of people out. So there's him. Legend of Korra Airbender, who could fly after releasing earthly attachments. So I don't remember. Like I didn't get that far into Legend of Korra. I know I should finish it. I'm just not enjoying Legend of Korra. Let's see. He meant grimoires. Like he's getting too many grimoires? What do you mean he's getting too many? So like, am I missing something? Because in the anime, Yuno has his one book. He has his 4-leaf clover. He's got his little fairy friend, and that's it. If he gets another grimoire in the manga, I have not read it. Fujin from Mortal Kombat. I do not play Mortal Kombat, so I do not know who that is. The only Mortal Kombat characters I know are like, Scorpio, Sub-Zero, like the main guys that everybody knows. So like, sorry, I don't know that one. What was the guy in Seven Deadly Sins? Are you thinking of King, the guy who could fly around and use his sacred weapon to transform into a bunch of different stuff? Naruto's your favorite? Completely fair pick. Gil Thunder. Well, Gil Thunder, he used lightning. I don't think he used wind. He probably used lightning, if I'm remembering correctly. There is no world tour, Shadow. What are you talking about? Melim and Hauser from Melim and Hauser from Seven Deadly Sins. Wait, I know them both. Were their powers wind-based? It's been a while. It's been a while since I watched Seven Deadly Sins. Did they have wind powers? Give me a minute. I do remember them, though. Sanemi Shinazugawa. I'm just going to butcher this name. Shinazugawa. I do not know who that is. Has anyone said Monkey D. Dragon? And I have already... Guys, One Piece fans. Dragon has no confirmed powers. He hasn't done anything. If you're talking about that one scene in Loketown, that is a fan theory. He has no confirmed powers. Please, rewatch it. Do I remember you? How you doing, Arensi? Goku does not have wind powers. He uses ki. Gother from Seven Deadly Sins. That's a few people have mentioned Gother, which does surprise me a little bit because I didn't think there were that many Seven Deadly Sins fans in this chat. Also, that That many would choose Gowther. You've changed so many lives. Will you be the next? Okay, Shadow, go to your therapy session, man. Go to your therapy session. Sonomy is the Wind Hashira, and that is why I forgot. The only Hashira I remember Guillaume because he's my favorite. I remember Rengoku because he's a crispy donut. I remember a few of the other ones that are dead. In the manga, he gets another book. Well, dude, okay. Thank you for spoiling. Do not do that. Do not do that. You give a spoiler warning before that stuff because I don't read the manga. I did not know this. My favorite is Naruto, but I think Yuno is the best with wind. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I think Yuno is good with wind, but also keep in mind, wind is all Yuno has. Like his entire power, like all of his abilities are based around his grimoire, his wind magic. So if you take away his wind, he's got nothing. Naruto, you take away wind style Rasen Shuriken or any wind style techniques he still has plenty of other things. Terraspin Ben 10. So I don't remember who Terraspin is because I never finished Ben 10. Forgive me, I have sinned. I love Ben 10. I think it's great. I just never finished it, so I don't remember that one. Spoiler warning. Okay, so when you say spoiler, I mean, at least you wrote spoiler warning. Gowther doesn't use wind. Am I bugging? I don't remember Gowther ever using wind. I really don't. Gowther uses like manipulation, illusions, that kind of thing. Is Wamu from JoJo's technically a wind user? I don't think I've met Wamu. I don't believe I've met Wamu, so I don't know. Kazuma the Wind Mage clears all. I disagree. I think there's a few good picks for wind users, to be fair. I think there's a few good picks. Oh, he's in part 2? Okay, so I watched JoJo's part 2 many years ago, and I simply don't remember any of it. So you're going to have to forgive me for that. Okay, Hauser can't exactly control wind like the other users. He can create wind tornadoes using tornado magic. The thing is, tornadoes are made of what? Tornadoes are wind. So, like, I would count tornado magic as wind. Unless his tornadoes are, I don't know, like water bait, like I assume, like, nah, a tornado is wind magic. There aren't many wind users, so I don't know if there is anyone better than Yuno with just the wind. There's actually quite a few. For example, Avatar has had an entire nation of wind users, most of which are dead, unfortunately. Just the wind benders in there. Naruto has Tamari, has Naruto, there's Kakashi, knows wind style. There's a lot of characters that know wind style in Naruto as well. A few JoJo's characters that use wind, apparently. Do Super Smash Bros. Characters count? Technically, Kirby can create wind suction. So that's not so much wind, that's just Kirby sucking. Like, not like literally sucking. So no, that is, I mean, I guess suction powers would count as wind. Wouldn't, I guess it would, kind of. Do I count suction powers as wind powers? Maybe I will. Is that fair to count suction as wind? Is Avatar the Airbender a cartoon, not an anime? So it's really all the same stuff. I can get into a whole lecture on like cartoons and anime, but that would take up the whole stream. Isn't the Avatar the Airbender? I already just answered that one, kind of ish. Let's just count everything. Inasa was that his name? The guy from Hero Academia. We meet him during the hero exam. The guy who uses wind and like we see he didn't like Todoroki. He didn't like Todoroki. He used the wind to control all the different balls during that one exam and got a whole bunch of people out. Madara can control 5 elements, so does he count? I mean, if you can use wind in any capacity, even if it's not like your only thing, then yes, if you can use wind, you're a wind user. You're just not solely a wind user. Avatar has airbenders in the name. Yeah, it's true. Avatar: The Last Airbender. The thing is, most airbenders are dead at the time of the series. We do get to see some of them in flashbacks, and we get more of them in Avatar in Legend of Korra. So those absolutely do count. Moro from Ninjago. I never really got into Ninjago, so I don't know who Moro is. Thank you, K-Soul, for the follow. Spoiler. Okay, I'm just gonna. If you say spoiler warning, I'm just gonna ignore your messages. Just so you know, if I see spoiler warning, I'm not reading your chat. Weather report from JoJo's. I don't know that one. Anything from JoJo's part 1 to 3, I haven't watched in too many years. I forgot everything, and everything after part 4, I haven't seen. Tornadus, you can count Tornadus, absolutely. Do I plan on playing Resident Evil Requiem? Resident Evil Requiem is like a $90 game. So my wallet is saying no. My wallet says no. Kyogre, you could count. Yeah, you can count Pokemon as well. Do I count Might Guy? So Might Guy, I think that's a stretch because Might Guy, he's not using wind. He's punching so hard that he's generating shockwaves. So, he's not using wind the same way that Aang does or Tamari does or these other wind users do. I think that's kind of I think we're stretching things a bit there. Who's that guy from the MHA that can make blizzards? Are you talking about Todoroki, who has both fire powers and ice powers? You gotta go, Kanish. Okay, see you later. On a scale of 1 to 10, crocodile sand skills, probably like a 7 or an 8. I mean, we've seen Crocodile create sandstorms. We've seen him dry people out completely, draining them of all the fluid in their body. But nothing absolutely insane. If I had to decide water or flame magic, and what user are you choosing from an anime? So that here's the thing, that's way too broad. If you want me to pick between water and fire, just pick an anime. You want to talk Avatar? Then I would probably take Katara. Or Katara for water, and maybe Iroh for fire. Rayquaza? What's Rayquaza's moveset? Because I actually don't know. I know Rayquaza the Pokemon. I'm just getting back into Pokemon, so I don't know what moveset Rayquaza has. I'm sure they have a wind-based attack. You gotta start JoJo's in a few days. Part 7 is getting released. Oh, the thing is, I'm too busy. I'm not gonna start part 5 for a while. I don't have the time. Decent typing for Rayquaza. I don't know Rayquaza's moveset. I don't know their typing. I just know the Pokemon. I'm currently I'm almost halfway through. Actually, not even close. I'm not even halfway through Diamond and Pearl yet. Do winged Pokemon count? Yes, we are counting flying type Pokemon in this situation. At JoJo's Part 6, a character you haven't watched, so I won't spoil. Yes, please do not spoil me on JoJo's Part 6. I am not there yet. I will get there in time, just not today. Aang number 1, but got a soft spot for Yuno from Black Clover. I think both are fair picks. I will choose Aang over Yuno, definitely. Not that I don't hate Yuno, but he's just not that high up on my list. I just think he's highly recognizable. I also just think most of you don't know that many wind users, so he's one of the first characters to come to mind. I understand there's a character from JoJo's in Part 6 who has wind powers, and I appreciate you not going into detail. I don't want any spoilers. I do not want any spoilers. Am I watching the Cullen Games? Yes, I am watching the Cullen Games. I think I'm about 1 episode behind at the moment. I'm not up to date, but I'm also not far behind. I've just been really busy. I am doing my best to catch up. I'll try to be caught up in a few days. Just there's a lot going on. You just finished Black Clover. Well, technically you haven't. It's just you've caught up. The rest of Black Clover is coming out in the fall. And what should I watch next might be as good as Black Clover? Well, it depends what you're trying to get out of a series. I'd say Mashal. Mashal's really... not Mashal. Mob Psycho. I didn't cure my depression because you canceled the world tour. Okay. Which element would I choose to have absolute control in real life? I would not want any powers in real life. I know if you're new here, it's completely fair. I do not want powers. I do not want superpowers. I do not want control over elements. That I want a peaceful life. I don't need anything. Just yeah. I'd say if I have to pick a favorite element, it'll probably be wind. But if we're going for convenience, it'd probably be fire. In my opinion, manga slams anime. That look, I think it's perfectly fine to prefer like one medium over another. You prefer manga over anime. I think that's fine. But to say that manga is better than anime, I think is insane. I like it. They're separate things. It's that to me is like comparing oranges to race cars. They're just not. I mean, I guess there's more. No, they're more similar than that, because like the source material versus the anime adaptation, I just don't see it. I don't agree. I really don't agree. Why would I not want superpowers? Because think of okay, first of all, when you see how something works in fiction, it's not going to work the same way in real life. It simply won't. And the second you take real world physics into account, things go horribly wrong. And also, if you have, even if you put aside the physics side of things and how it's probably going to just cause a lot more harm than good, you're never going to be left alone. The second someone finds out that you have superpowers, which someone will find out, you're going to be hunted down and never have a moment of peace for the rest of your life. Not even like you're going to be turned into a human experiment. You're just never going to have peace. I like my peace. I like my space. I don't want people crowding me. Let's see. For example, being invisible would make you go blind. So like, yes, it depends on how your invisibility functions, but like, if you just reflect all light from your body and it bounces right off you, or like it passes right through you, then yes, that also means it's like not being received through your retinas and processed by your brain. So yeah, you become blind. So things go horribly wrong. Sonami Shinazugawa from Demon Slayer. I don't think I know any others. So that's why I have a green screen up to provide multiple examples. We got Naruto, we got Aang, we got Yuno, we got pretty much all the airbenders. We have Appa, we got Tamari. Hauser from Seven Deadly Sins is a good one too. I forgot what his abilities are. I think someone said tornado magic. That's right. Someone said tornado magic. So that does count. Tornadoes count for wind. You forgot dragon? No. Okay, I don't know how many times I need to say this. I've already said it 3 times today. Guys, dragon is not... Sorry. When I grabbed the mic, I accidentally touched the... It's a super sensitive button. I'm sorry, YouTube chat. I apologize. Ren Hakure, who uses the Jin... Oh, okay, yeah, the Ren from Maji. Yes, good pick. Good pick. Best anime to watch as a kid, not disturbing. Digimon, Pokemon, Beyblade, Metabots. Take your pick, man. Dinosaur King. There's so many good ones. I almost said Aggressive Retsuko. Maybe not. Favorite stand? Harvest. Harvest, I could literally just send out a bunch of little minions to go collect money for me. Super convenient. I can just chill and then just have these little invisible goblins running around going to collect money. Cool to be honest. Should I watch Cyberpunk? So I'm almost finished Cyberpunk. I can tell you a bit about my thoughts on it. Cyberpunk is very dark. Well, it's not the most depressing, but it's pretty depressing. Good fights, good animation, nice soundtrack, very interesting setting. But like, if you don't want to, if you get attached to characters easily, you might have a hard time. Can I sleep? No, you can't. You can't. Once you scroll onto the stream, you are not allowed to leave until I say so. You can't leave till I leave. What do I think about people who says anime is cringe? Okay. Why would I care about other people's opinions? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, enjoy what you want. Like, unless people are finding you cringe because you're doing something morally reprehensible, then you might need to reflect on yourself. But like, if you're just doing your own thing, not harming anybody, do what you want. Thank you for the follow. Sokka's moon girlfriend. What about Sokka's? Oh, Sokka's moon girlfriend is your favorite wind user? Really? Okay, you watch a lot of anime, but some anime characters are cringe. I can get that. If you find some characters cringe, I completely understand that. But I don't think anime in general is cringe. Like, being an anime fan does not make you cringe. I think there are moments and characters in anime that are cringe, yes. What about physical stats of comic characters like Omni-Man? You are too fast, nobody can notice you. So physics would not, okay, I would not want that because you apply that to real life, it's not going to work that way. It's not going to work that way. So like, okay, you can move really fast. Your muscles will be torn apart. Your body can't handle the stressors. Also, if you're moving that fast, it also means you're probably causing sonic booms as you run around or fly around. You're going to cause a lot of damage to everything around you. So like, things don't work the way it does in TV. The second you bring those powers into real life, it's not going to work that way. It's not. Is AOT actually good? As everyone says, no. Okay. I'm going to say I enjoyed the show not nearly as much as the fan base likes it. I liked it, but I was not blown away. What episode to skip in OG Dragon Ball? None. I think I love OG Dragon Ball. There's a couple of episodes which didn't land super well. I don't skip. Not with Dragon Ball. I thought it was great. Do I think anime getting overpopulated after the pandemic? I don't think that comment makes any sense. I really don't think that comment makes any sense. So like, did we get more anime fans after the pandemic? Sure. Are there too many people who like anime? That just doesn't, that as a statement does not make any sense. Did I watch Kingdom? Not yet. It's on the list. It is on the list. I will get to it. What do I call a 6-7? You're funny. If I could get a superpower, would it be something related to food? So, like, here's the thing. When people say, if I could have a power, what would it be? My answer is one of two things. It's one of two things. Either don't give me superpowers, or if you're forcing me to take something, yes, it's going to be food related. Like Shion's cooking power, which I will not go into detail in because spoilers. What happens in OG Dragon Ball? We see the beginning of the journey. We see Bulma meet Goku for the first time and discover him in the middle of the woods. This orphan kid with a tail who has no idea about the outside world. And then the search for the Dragon Balls. We meet Krillin. We meet Yajirobe. We meet Master Roshi. We start to see the world. We meet Piccolo and his origin story. There's so much with Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is incredible. It lays the groundwork for the Red Ribbon Army, which eventually becomes the Android Saga many years down the line in Dragon Ball Z. It's essential. As a Dragon Ball fan, you gotta watch the OG. Appa Yip Yip, of course. Appa Yip Yip. I think many call themselves anime lovers when they've only watched 5 to 10 animes, and that pisses me off. So then I think you're the problem there. I'm going to call you out. I think you're the problem there. Because if Who decides how many anime you need to watch to be an anime lover? If you've seen one anime and you enjoyed it and you're gonna keep going with it, then you're an anime fan. Like, it doesn't matter how many you've seen. There's no standard, there's no rule for how many shows you have to watch to be considered an anime fan. Like, it's okay. And the fact that you're taking it as like a personal thing, you're like internalizing it and getting angry over it because, they're saying they love anime and they've only seen 5 series. I think you're taking this way too seriously. Steven says hello to the TikTok chat. So YouTube says hi to TikTok. I said physical stats, meaning Omni-Man is strength. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, but biggest, you're still skipping the entire problem. Even if you have the physical capacity to deal with the powers that come with it, like, okay, you have super strength and super speed, and your body's able to withstand it, you're still going to cause mayhem and destruction. There's still going to be very limited places where you can even use it to any capacity. And if you tone it down to where you're not causing, just mass destruction, you're never going to be left alone. The people are going to be filming you all the time. They're going to be following you all the time. You're never going to be left alone. It's a miserable life. I'm hard passing on that. No, Anas, you're being rude. Ain't no way I'm watching 100 anime just so people think. Exactly. Watch whatever you want. Go by your own schedule. Go by your own preferences. If you watch the same show on repeat 1,000 times, I'm not here to judge you. I've seen nearly 1,000 shows. I don't care if you've seen one. I don't care if you've seen none, and you're just not sure. Like, if you're not starting yet, or if you've all just started your first series, none of that matters. You're welcome here. You say destruction, and I say exactly. So you want to cause mayhem and destruction. Then you just sound like a terrible person. Anime is so big that even if you don't like 99% of all anime, there's something for everybody. I think there's going to be some people who are just like adamantly against it for some nonsensical reason. But I'm like, anyone who's like, whether you're into comedy, romance, action, mystery, whatever, horror, there's going to be something that you'll like, that person would likely find interesting if they were open to trying it. So I do agree with you. I just get people hooked. To get hooked. Many anime do that. Okay. Sonomi's in top 20. I don't have him in my top 20 personally. And why does AOT start with loud sounds and action straight away? Is it due to people's attention span? What do you mean? There's lots. AOT is an action-driven shonen series. Do you know how many series start off with like a huge battle scene or something traumatic, or like a town getting bombed or an invasion of monsters or something? That's not an AOT specific thing. Monk Gyatso. So like I don't have Monk Gyatso on my list only because like I don't know much about them at this point. What are your thoughts on Neon Genesis? I could not do it. I tried, couldn't do it. You actually have a point, my bad, but it still pisses me off. So like, here's the thing. I don't think you're a bad person because it pisses you off. I think you might need to reflect on that a bit. Your emotions are valid. Like, your emotions are okay, but you might need to reflect on yourself as to why why you feel the way you do in that situation. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think it's good to think through that. Even among mainstream genres, I love One Piece, Naruto, couldn't get into Bleach. That's okay, despite them being in the same genre. That's okay. The thing is, there's thousands of every genre. There's thousands of shonen, there's thousands of romance and sci-fi and all these different things, and you're not going to like them all. You might like, these shonen, but hate these shonen, and that's perfectly fine. There's tons of romance series that I really don't like, despite loving romance series. And what would I change about JJK? I want you to understand this. JJK is just a show that I can't watch that often. It's great fights. It's an interesting world. Power system is fine. It doesn't do anything inherently that I don't like. It's just it's very there's not a lot of uplifting, positive, comfortable vibes in it. It's more on the depressing side the majority of the time. There's a couple of silly moments here and there, mostly towards the earlier like first season, maybe a bit in second season, but not so much now. And I like most of my shows to be cozy. So like if I'm gonna watch a darker series, I usually find a show that's a bit of a balance or have like more lighthearted show on the side. So I'm not only watching negative stuff. Does Avatar push the boundaries of what a Nickelodeon show can be? Out of all the things Nickelodeon has put out, I think Avatar is by far the best. Do I think Dragon from One Piece is a Wind user? So, do I think he could be a Wind user? I think it's potentially possible. Can we confirm anything at this point? No. Now, if you're just saying, what's my take on it? There's some speculation that's like it's some sort of like mythical Zoan with like like an actual dragon with like historical connection to wind or storms, and I see that being a possibility. But aside from that wind that we saw in Loketown, that is the only thing we have to go off of that suggests that. So I think that's way too vague. JJK to me feels like Solo Leveling. It's cool to watch and pass the time, but isn't going to be in my top 10. So like, again, I enjoy JJK. I like the series. I'm actively watching it. My roommate's actively watching it too with his girlfriend. And it's just not, it's not going to crack my top 10 because it's just not one of those shows that like, matches all my criteria. But it's still good. Is Steve from Minecraft a Wind user? I actually don't know Steve from Minecraft because I don't play Minecraft. What episode Red Ribbon Army is over? So it's pretty far into Dragon Ball. Goku defeats the Red Ribbon Army completely before the final Piccolo saga. So probably like around 100, like 90s. I don't know exactly what episode it happens, but like it's going to be a decent way in. Like the Red Ribbon Army takes a while to finish. As someone who loves fights and actions, I don't really mind darker tones, the darker tone of JJK. So like I don't mind darker tones. I watch plenty of darker series. What I mean is, I watch anime for a good time, to relax, to be at peace. So like if I'm watching something dark and something like really heavy, then I want to have a balance of my anime watch time to be like more cozy. So like if JJK is always going to be kind of dark and depressing, I like to mix that up by like watching something else in between. Same thing with like AOT. AOT is very like everybody's dying, terrible circumstances, tragedy after tragedy. I would balance it out by watching something else on the side. Is mist a wind or water ability? I would say it's more water than wind. I think it depends on how you use it exactly. I'd say more water. Hey there, but there's not as many viewers. Meanwhile, TikTok chat goes quickly. Here's the thing. Sometimes YouTube chat pops off. Sometimes it doesn't. I never worry about the number of viewers in chat. Could be 2 people, could be 0 people, could be 100 people. I don't care. I am going to bring my energy. I am going to engage with those who are here. So I don't worry about it. And sometimes YouTube is busier than TikTok. Sometimes TikTok is busier than YouTube. And we just play it by ear, have a good time regardless. Is Snow White with Red Hair a complete 1-season anime? Snow White with Red Hair, I'm pretty sure, was split up into 2 seasons. There's more than 1 season. But it's very good. I do feel like the anime should have gone further. I don't feel... As much as I love the anime to bits, and I think it's perfect, there's no... I wasn't satisfied with the conclusion of the anime, to be clear. His lives used to be in YouTube Shorts, now normal video online. Yes, so we used to be in the Shorts format, and we moved over to the regular full content format because my content wasn't going through on the Shorts, so I just moved it. Specifically for the current live because someone asked why I don't read YouTube chat. I do read YouTube chat. It's just sometimes if I'm depending on the comment, I take more time to answer certain comments. If you're just asking like, "Hey, what do I rate this series?" Yeah, that's going to be a quick one sentence response. If it's like, "Can you explain this thing?" or what are your like a more elaborate question, then it takes me a little bit longer to get through. And it might feel like I'm ignoring one chat, but I'm really not. And how you doing, Shadow? How you doing, Nezuko? What's good? Thoughts on Hunter x Hunter? I have watched it multiple times. I think it's fantastic. So, like, that is an example of a pretty quick question. Asked about Hunter x Hunter. I think it's really good. Doesn't take too long to explain. My favorite Win user is Jin from Yu Yu Hakusho. I didn't get that far into Yu Yu Hakusho at all. I struggled with the start of it. How you doing? We're doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. What do I think of? I assume you meant JoJo's. I assume your message got cut off. I like JoJo's. I'm only at part 4 though. Finished part 4. I haven't started part 5. Moro from Lego Ninjago. A few people are mentioning Lego Ninjago. I'm sorry, I never got into Lego Ninjago. I think I skipped that generation. Have I read the manga of Hunter x Hunter? No, I have not. I've only read a handful of manga. I'm much more of an anime watcher than a reader. Personally, that's just how I am. Not that I think manga's bad or anything. Just I'm much more of a watcher. Is Mission Yozakuro Family better than Assassination Classroom? I have not seen that one, but Assassination Classroom is fantastic. So if it's on the same level as Assassination Classroom, that would mean it's a great series because I think Classroom is fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And we're getting another movie for it, by the way. We're getting another movie for it. Do I think DS should have balanced out the power between demons and slayers? So like, I think the average demon is much stronger than the average slayer. At least that's how it appears to be. And I think that makes sense to me. Like, think of who the average demon has significantly enhanced physical abilities. A regular demon slayer is like someone who's lost family or their homes due to attacks from demons. They're regular people who are like fairly untrained to somewhat trained. So they're not going to be like superhuman in terms of physical ability. So that makes sense to me. Was I a jock in high school? Not even close. Not even remotely close at all. What is my top 3 isekais? I'm just gonna pick 3 isekais that I think are very good. I'll pick Digimon, I'll pick Log Horizon, and I will pick Reincarnated as a Slime. Red Tornado is a good one. I don't think I know Red Tornado. The Upper Moons seem to be OP. So, like, yes, the Upper Moons are extremely powerful because they're not human. So, like, you would have to go through ridiculous kinds of training as a regular human to keep up with something like an Upper Moon demon. It makes sense to me. What are we talking about? So we're talking about a few different things. Number 1, the theme of today is who are your favorite wind users in fiction? But on top of that, we're kind of talking about anything, really. Could all the Invincible variants, excluding Mohawk and Sinister, beat Conquest? So I have not the faintest idea at all. Like I don't have the faintest idea. Because 1, I'm not up to date on Invincible. 2nd, I don't power scale. And that kind of answers your question. I really like this topic. And okay, then who are some of your favorite wind users? Another great wind user is Mimi from D. Greyman. D. Greyman is also on my list of series I need to watch. I tried it back in college, but it didn't stick for me. I only saw 1 episode. I do plan on giving it a second shot. Because it was so long ago. So, like, I think it's worth trying again. Actually, there's quite a few series that like I probably will give a second attempt. But once I've dropped it like twice, I think I'm done. Do I have a weapon from an anime I would want even just because it looks cool? Okay, guys, give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. I have an answer for this. Ignore the noise. Everything is okay. Ignore the noise. Everything is all right. Just taking care of something. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. Okay. This one. Oh damn! The green screen's cutting it out. The green screen is cutting it out. Can you guys see it? No. Damn. It's not going through. Okay. TikTok sucks. It's the Vinax Rita. It's the Vinax Rita. I'm sorry. TikTok is filtering it out. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna work, but it's not. Does Byakuya from Bleach count? Byakuya uses petals. Byakuya uses hundreds of millions of tiny blades. So no. I'm sorry. The TikTok green screen sucks. It completely filtered out my weapon. Let's see. Kazuma Yagami is a pretty good user. I don't know Kazuma. I already read that one. Put it in front. I did. Here's the look what happens. See? I become invisible. See what happens? The filter's blurring it out. It doesn't work. What kind of person was I in high school? I wasn't a person. I was some, mutant thing. Let's see. Sonomy so I keep forgetting his name. You guys have repeatedly told me this stream, Sonomy from Demon Slayer. I can't remember his name for the life of me. Probably because I don't care about his character. I'm sorry. That's probably why. Surprised no one mentioned Naruto. He's basically a wind user. So for one, Naruto is literally up. I'm sorry that the green screen's kind of sucking. Naruto's literally right over there. And at least 24 people have mentioned Naruto. So don't worry, he has not been forgotten. Why do I sound like Pete Davidson? I don't sound like Pete Davidson. If anything, he kind of looks like me. I'm older than he is, so I go first. But no, I don't sound like him, that's for sure. I don't sound like him. Sonomy's your favorite? My favorite is Guillaume. I think it's fine if Sonomy's your favorite, but I'm sticking with my man Guillaume. He is my guy. How can I forget Wendy? How did I forget Wendy? Valid pick. How you doing, name I can't read? What's up? How you doing? Does Superman and Omni-Man count? No. Superman and Omni-Man are just using extreme physical strength to generate wind pressure. They are not conjuring wind. They are not manipulating wind. They are just really freakishly strong. So, no, I would not count them as wind users. You already know what topic you're going to do tomorrow? I do not yet. I will decide after this stream is done, in probably around 30-45 minutes or so. Would Kite from Hunter x Hunter count? So let me think. Kite has the roulette ability where he's given a different weapon based on whatever number he gets. I remember a few of his weapons. I don't really remember a wind weapon per se. I remember his scythe. I remember, I don't think he has any wind powers per se. As a wind user. Oh, do I have a favorite wind user? Your favorite wind user is Sonomy. Fair enough. I'm sticking with, I'll stick with Naruto as my temporary answer. I kind of have mixed choices there. Wait. I like Tamari more than Naruto. I'll go with Tamari. Danzo, Shimura, and Tamari from Naruto, pretty good too. So, Danzo does know wind style. Yes. I don't like Danzo, so I'll stick with Tamari. Tamari's fantastic. Did I record the Pokemon nostalgia video yet, or is it? No, it's out. It's out. I posted this morning, I think 10 hours ago, 11 hours ago. I got the feeling we're forgetting someone. Okay, of course we're forgetting somebody. There's tens of thousands of anime, and I don't even know where to start how many wind users there are. You do realize that wind is also a very common type of magic, and the amount of anime that have like a generic magic system, so like wind, water, fire, earth, and kind of stuff, there's going to be so many wind users out there. Sonomi and any other Hashira are not elemental users that copy the flow of water. So yes, I like. Yes, the Hashira in Demon Slayer don't actually utilize any elements. There's no actual element present. It's mostly just like, yeah, harmonizing with nature, mimicking a certain flow. Yes, it's not like they're generating fire or lightning or whatever it is. A lot of people, I'm actually genuinely surprised. I am genuinely surprised about the number of people that have said Hauser. Like, not that I think Hauser's a bad character. I like Hauser. It's just I didn't realize that many people liked Hauser that much. And Pikachu's not a wind user. Pikachu knows electric, some normal attacks, even some like, I think, those Iron Tail. Yeah, Pikachu doesn't have any wind attacks. I don't even think any Pikachu. I know there's like a Pikachu variant that knows like surf and stuff. I don't think there's any Pikachu that knows wind. Very popular pick today, which isn't surprising. I don't like Hauser. I hate the guy, but that's the reason I remember him. So you hate him because you remember him because you hate him. I mean, you know what? That makes sense to me. That makes sense. Tornadus, you're not the first person to mention Tornadus. Tengen from Avatar is a good user. Fair enough. Favorite JoJo's part? So far, it's 4, and I've seen up to 4. Me after too much Taco Bell? Okay. I mean, that is not the kind... You're not going to be my favorite wind user. You're probably going to be my least favorite wind user. Let's see. Part 1 is underrated. So, I think that I enjoyed part 1 of JoJo's more than most people enjoyed part 1, but I am not putting part 1 over 2, 3, and 4. Like, I'm not. It was enjoyable, but I'm not putting it over the others. Inasa? Yes, Inasa's a good pick. I like Hauser. I didn't like Hauser initially, but he grew on me. Like, he grew on me. I didn't like him at the start. But, like, I think his character did get better over time. I low-key feel like Bleach had a wind user, but I can't remember. I think they probably did. It's just been a long time. I'm thinking. There probably is one. There probably is one, to be honest. Does Sinbad count to some degree? So, like, I don't remember all of Sinbad's transformations. All of his, I think it was Yagoi's was the term for it. I remember he has like a fire one. He's got an ice one. I'm pretty sure there's a wind-based one. So like, if you want to count Sinbad's transformations, I would say yes. I would count that. Yeah, another fan makes sense to me. Nianzol. Okay, Nianzol. I don't remember who Nianzol is. I watched Bleach. I just don't remember who that character is. Kagura from Inuyasha. It's true, I forgot about Inuyasha characters, because I personally dropped Inuyasha. I dropped it, couldn't do it. Suo Windbreaker. Okay, so Windbreaker, hate to tell ya, does not have wind users. Windbreaker is an anime about street fighting. There's no superpowers. There's some talented martial artists in there, but no one in there has crazy powers. Ulquiorra's not a wind... no, I wouldn't say Ulquiorra's a wind user. I wouldn't say so at all. I mean, Ulquiorra can fly. They can grow wind, like they can fly. Does smoke count? Smoke is not wind. Smoke and wind are completely separate things. I know he's not too powerful, but I really like the wind dude from Shiketsu and MHA. So, like, we're not doing like a power scaling thing. You can have any favorite wind character that you want. It doesn't matter if they're the weakest wind user in their series. It makes no difference. You can have any favorite wind user. And I forgot about Jin from Yu Yu Hakusho. Not the first person to mention him. I am surprised that we're not getting more mentions of him, considering how many of you I know love Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah. The guy who said, Windbreaker has nothing to do with wind. Like, there's no... Yeah. It's because they wear windbreaker jackets. There's no wind powers in the series. Let's see. Would All for One count as a wind user because of the air cannon? So like if you are, let me explain this. If you are just punching really hard and generating wind pressure from your punches, I don't count that as being a wind user. Then you're just freakishly strong. If you have a power that directly produces or controls wind, then you have wind powers. Otherwise, it's just super strength. Kenzai is a wind user, right? I don't remember who Kenzai is. As soon as you like, I'm so bad at this. I am like I am the worst live streamer in the history of live streams when it comes to remembering characters' names. Kenzai is from Bleach. I watch Bleach. I don't remember who that is. I'm just so bad at this. I feel like Noitora Gilga had some wind slashes, but I low-key can't remember. So here's the thing. If you generate wind with your sword, like, there's two different ways to look at that. Either the powers that come from your sword directly produce wind, or you're just really strong and you're generating wind with your strikes or with your swings. Separate things. Like, if you are just freakishly superhumanly strong and can generate wind pressure, it's not the same. And alright, Azad, I will see you later. Speaking of, that no one talks about how All Might took out a city block with the wind from his punch. So, like, that's another example of superhuman strength that isn't wind powers. He's just punching really, really, really hard. So, like, All Might was not a wind user. He is just really strong. Does the air cutter move in Pokemon count? Yes, we are counting Pokemon who are able to utilize wind-based attacks or flying-based attacks. So yes. Don't look behind you. I'm okay. Mr. T, do I have to put you in timeout? Do I have to put you in timeout? We're having a good stream. Come on. Let's just say Ben 10, he probably has an alien that uses wind. I'm sure he does. I do need to get back and finish Ben 10. I really do need to do that. Next time I go to my cousin's house, I will watch Ben 10. I'll make it a priority. Tung Sahir. I have no idea who that is either. Sonomy doesn't directly generate wind as a power. His attacks might be, it's not a power. So there you go. If you're just freakishly strong, different story. All for One counts because he probably stole a wind quirk. As far as I can recall, I don't remember seeing All for One have a power that is wind specific. I've seen it like he has flying powers, he's had like laser powers and a whole bunch of different quirks. I don't, off the top of my head, remember him having a power that is specifically wind. Not saying I'm 100% right, because it's been a while, especially in those earlier seasons. Maybe he did. Raimundo from Shaolin. The fact that you pulled out Shaolin Showdown, you get bonus points, because Shaolin Showdown is a great pull. That is a great pull. Shaolin Showdown is fantastic. That was great. I think that might be one of my favorite picks of the stream. That might be one of my favorite picks of the stream, just because, like, no one talks about Shaolin Showdown anymore. Or Yuno from Black Clover. A lot of people have already said Yuno. Also, I'm sorry, the green screen on TikTok cut him out. He's supposed to be right here, but TikTok really doesn't like my pictures. What's your favorite wind user? I probably like Tamari. Probably Tamari. Anyways, I gotta say I enjoyed more the first season of Frieren. Maybe unpopular, I don't know. The Mage Exam arc is still your favorite. So far, I have also enjoyed season 1 more than 2. I'm not saying I don't like season 2. I still enjoy it, but I enjoyed season 1 more at this point. Let's see. Shaolin Showdown was great. I might rewatch it since it's been so long. I'm not even sure if I ever finished Shaolin Showdown. I'm actually not even sure if I ever finished it. Because, like, I was watching it back in the day where, like, we didn't have streaming websites. One day, it just kind of, you either like stop watching or you like move on to other things and you just forget about it. I'm not sure if I ever finished. What about Fujin from Mortal Kombat? So I don't know about the characters and lore from Mortal Kombat because I don't play the games. So like, a few people have mentioned Mortal Kombat. Quite a few people have mentioned Mortal Kombat. I just don't know enough to say. So here, I don't know how to spell his name from Avatar. He almost mastered it a few years ago. Yeah, that's fair. What's my favorite anime? I don't have one. I am a general enthusiast of multiple different anime. The old dude on those little sky islands that taught Nami about knots. So like that's not magic. If you're talking about where I think it was pronounced Witheria, the island that Kuma sent Nami to, that's science. That's not magic. Or like it's not wind powers. I mean, I wouldn't call generating wind from a knot a wind power. Like that's just technology in their world. We got a One Piece live action coming out. Indeed we do. Season 2 is approaching us. All for One had an air quirk named Air Cannon. He uses against Best, Genius, and All Might. I forgot. Okay, I do remember that fight. So you're probably correct. I'm just going to say yes, because you're probably correct. Do I know what anime seasons 2 are coming out this month? No. I don't. Because I'm way behind on stuff. I know like Slime season 4 is coming out. I know JoJo's part 7 is coming out. I don't know about season 2. Is this the 6th of October Nuremberg? No. Ben 10 has Accelerate, which he uses often to run in a circle and create a tornado. Does that count? I feel like this is the same kind of thing as a character punching really hard to generate wind pressure. They're not using a wind-based ability. They're using super enhanced physical stats that generate wind. So I feel like that's kind of stretching things. I think that's pushing the boundary. Like, Tamari generates wind. Naruto uses wind style. Like, Tamari and Naruto use wind style. That guy, the couple of characters from Hero Academia use wind-based quirks. They're, they're controlling the wind. They're not just, swinging hard. We got One Piece live action. My favorite wind user is Ben 10 using upgrade to possess a leaf blower. Okay. And no, Dragon is not a confirmed wind user. I'm genuine, I would be surprised, but, the number of One Piece fans who don't, you just kind of see something, you see a fan theory and assume that, oh, he has wind power. No, he has no confirmed powers. He has shown us nothing. He has actually shown us nothing. No, he does not. No, he doesn't control the weather. He might have powers, but Dragon has shown us nothing concrete to say that he has. He hasn't even shown us hockey. He hasn't shown us anything. The only thing he's shown us is he knocked out Sabo during training, and he saved Luffy, and then that gust of wind came along, but we don't know that he did that. We just know that he saved Luffy. Ben 10 has the turtle alien. I can't remember the name. I can't remember that one either. He's got the power of looking east. He does have the power of looking east. That is true. That is true. He always knows where east is. Terrapin, I don't know who Terrapin is. Let's see. My real name is Oliver. Yesterday was my birthday, and my 8-year-old brother ran like a Roblox bacon with a stupid a meal towards me, carrying olive oil bottle saying, "Happy birthday, Oliver." You know what? Be happy you have a brother who loves you enough to do that. You'll be thankful that you have him later down the road. Terrapin is the turtle alien. Oh, it's the turtle alien. Okay. He can use wind. Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'm not that... I haven't watched Ben 10 in many years. I don't think I got to the point where he had a turtle power. Chi-Chi with her Bancho fan. The Bancho fan is not... Oh my God. Guys. The Bancho fan is a tool that produces wind, but That's literally whoever has the fan. It's not like Tamari's fan, where like she uses that to enhance her wind style. The Bancho fan is just a weapon that anyone can grab and swing around. Uh, would someone who can generate icy wind count, or is it just air? If you are generating the wind, like if your power is generating the wind, whether it's hot air, cold air, if it's wind, it's a wind power. Okay, 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 guys, how many times do I need to respond to the dragon comment? Because I think I've responded to dragon at least 6 times, 8 times. I've lost count at this point. Dragon, Monkey D. Dragon, is not a confirmed wind user. He's not a confirmed anything. He's done nothing. What about Yahaba from Demon Slayer? He uses demon art. So, like, here's the thing. When it comes to Demon Slayer, technically speaking, none of them have any powers. Like, okay, besides superhuman strength. None of them have fire, lightning, water, wind. They're not generating anything. They're not actually producing any sort of element. That's all, like, flow of the elements, nature, special effect. There's no actual elements being produced. So, I think, like, just because they use a wind style fighting with their swords, they're not actually using any wind. This is my message to every chat. Dragon is not a confirmed wind user. Thank you. You don't need to call them degenerate imbeciles. That's going a bit too far. I'm talking about a demon from Demon Slayer, not humans. It doesn't matter, because demons also don't have any, like, I'm pretty sure they don't have any wind powers. They're still just physically enhanced humans. Like, well, they're just supernaturally strong. Demons have, I forget, wait, do they have real powers? Oh wait, the whole, some of them, yeah, you're right. You're right. Some of, yeah, you're right. You're right. I remembered a couple. You're right. The demons do. I was wrong about that. The demons and demons. Yes. So I just remembered. Yeah. It took me a second. I went back to a couple of scenes, and yes, I do remember a couple where demons do actually have powers. Yes. Shun from Bakugan count. Yes, Bakugan does count. If Icy Wind counts, then can we use Rukia? So thing is, Rukia's main thing is ice. But, like, if you're generating an icy wind, then yeah, I would say it counts. I would say it counts. Because it's not like she just, like, freezes things. It's not like just a wave of ice. She does generate, like, a cold air front. So, yeah, I would count that. Big Chill uses... who's Big Chill? Oh, wait, is Big Chill also from Ben 10? That sounds like a Ben 10 character. Terraspin, Turtle Alien from... So lots of Ben 10 picks. Yeah, lots of Ben 10 picks. I like the setup for the formal, by the way. Well, thank you. Thank you. I just was playing around with the different green screens on TikTok and seeing what works. And this one seems to work best. We're doing pretty good, Xylo. How you doing? Though, I'm wondering if this is a good time to stream, though. Crocodile creates wind with his sandstorm, so that's a different thing. That Crocodile does not have a wind-based power. He's literally just throwing wind in your face. Like, he's just creating a sandstorm. Like, the wind is not his power. The sand is his power. What about Kazuma Yagai? He controlled a massive storm and his main element is wind. I don't know who Kazuma is, but if he generates storms, then I would count it. What time is it where I'm at? It is currently 5:30. 5:30 p.m. Is Tamari actually a wind user, or is it just the fan? No. So she does have wind style, and the fan is a tool she uses to amplify her techniques. Like, it drastically increases her power output and her range. So, like, if you were to take away her fan, it's not like she can't produce any wind. It's just her power output is going to be way lower. Storm from X-Men. A few people have picked Storm from X-Men. Red Tornado from DC. Like, I can't say I'm as much of a DC expert as I am as Marvel. So I don't know much about Red Tornado. I don't know anything about Red Tornado. What's my favorite non-powered anime? Probably going to be something like Snow White with red hair, My Love Story, some wholesome romance like that, or Master. Oh, actually, that one might be a bit of a cop out. I'll stick with my previous answers. What is the most unique weapon I have seen in anime? The most unique, most unique has to be a weapon. Maybe maybe Gon's fishing rod, cause like I'm thinking axes and swords, kunai, nunchucks, explosives and guns, and like we're not counting magic because that's like not a physical object. We have to count like actual, even a conjured object. I've seen spinning tops. Uh, I've seen variations of spinning tops. I think fishing rod might be it. I think my favorite is Moro from Ninjago. A lot of people are picking Ninjago. I feel like I'm missing out on Ninjago. Tamari fought Madara and survived fine. If Tamari used a wind style and Madara, and he basically just did this. He did not care. Tamari would have gone completely demolished by Madara. She's not able to do anything to him. Let's see. I think Tornadus is a pretty cool wind user. A lot of people have picked Tornadus as well. I was expecting a lot of Pokemon picks today, but like the amount of Tornadus specifically. Thank you, Sheriff. It took me around 10 seconds on Canva to make it. A lot of people have picked Gyatso as well. Would Arceus count as an all-rounder since he can change into all Pokemon types and use all moves? The fact is, if you can use every Pokemon move, including the wind-based attacks, I would count them as a wind user. Monkey D. No. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep doing this. Dragon is not a confirmed wind user. Chat, can you just save me the oxygen? Because I've already answered the dragon comment so many times. Gogeta fan. What is wrong with you? Dude, what's wrong with you? Come on. Sonomy from Demon Slayer is technically a wind user. I would disagree. None of the Hashira are any kind of users. They only use swords. They do not actually use wind or fire or light. They don't. The demons can. The demons are not human. They actually have supernatural powers. The Hashira don't. Yeah, not confirmed yet. When Dragon is confirmed to have some sort of ability, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did, when it's confirmed, then we can count him. Until then, it's fan theory. Luffy's not a wind user. Like, he's a rubber man who can float and, like, make his environment rubber and do a couple of small-scale Toon Force-y things. But, like, he can inhale... Okay, the closest thing to wind powers that Luffy can do is inhale a lot of air, expand himself, and then twist himself around like squeezing water out of a towel, and then exhale a bunch of air, blowing things away. There is probably some, but Gogeta, that comment was unhinged. It still confuses me how Gyoko got blinded by Muichiro's mist if they don't actually generate it. I'd have to go back and see exactly what scene you're talking about. Fuko Kirisawa. I forgot who that is. I think you're not the first person to mention them, but I forgot who they are again. What do I think is the best immortal being? There is no best immortal being. What do you mean? That's kind of a vague question. Like, what do you mean by best immortal being? Like, who's my favorite immortal? I don't really have any favorite immortals. I actually tend to like a character less if they are immortal. Superman uses wind fine. Superman is not a wind user. Superman is a freakishly powerful human being who does have various powers like, laser eyes and X-ray vision and super strength and speed and all that. But he basically just blows really hard. Like, he's just able to blow air really hard because of his super enhanced physical capacity. So, yeah, he's just really strong. He's an alien, not human. Doesn't matter if you're an alien. We're counting all characters. You can be a. We're counting all characters in fiction. When Muichiro is using his final form, Gyoko points out that the area is being clouded in mist. Like, I just have to go back and watch it. But if, like, I wouldn't really count mist as a wind power. I'd say it's more water-based if it's just like creating a mist. Blow really hard. He blew so lightly and made the sword icy. I mean, yeah, Superman is absurdly powerful. Like, Superman is ridiculously strong, including his ridiculous oxygen capacity. I've seen people point out that the visual effects are real, but it doesn't make the element itself. So yes, the visual I think the visual effects are like, do the other characters see the visual effects? I forget if that's the case, but yes, there's no actual fire or lightning or element being produced by their sword skills. Avatar Yang Chen. I forgot who Yang Chen is, but like I assume that's one of the past avatars. I just forgot who they are. But yeah, you can absolutely count the avatars. Let's see. Urame from JJK uses icy wind to freeze people. I think that counts. I mean, yeah, if you're creating icy wind, I would count that. Yuno is goated wind user with huge potential. I think he's a good wind user. He's just not going to be my favorite. A lot of people have picked Yuno, understandably. Do I think Shisui is a good character? In general, yes, I like Shisui. The VFX people working on Dune. You completely lost me, dude. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, you lost me. What about Tamari? I've said Tamari. I picked Tamari. I picked Tamari as mine. Inasa Yorashi, who's in? Inasa again. Yeah, I like. Inasa's good. He's a good pick. The vice captain of Fugolian's Night Guild is a win user in Black Clover. Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember who that was. The vice captain of Fugolian's. I forgot who that character was. I know Fugolian. I love Fugolian. He's great. I just forgot who the vice captain was. Dune is a windy movie. I haven't seen it. I don't watch movies very often. Sasuke is Naruto's boyfriend. No. As a big Sukuna fan, I feel ashamed for not remembering Urame earlier trust. I feel constant, well, not embarrassment. I think it's kind of funny. Considering I do anime content every single day, I do live streams every single day, and I just can't for the life of me remember like 90% of characters' names. My brain just doesn't want to. Slams Tom. Okay, here's the thing. I don't care who slams who. I think power scaling is silly. I don't care. I like Tamari far more than I like Tamari so much more than It's not even close. Sky people who use wind knots. So if you're talking about One Piece, you're talking about Witheria, where they use like the ropes and like they pull the knot and it creates wind. That's technology. That's not powers. That's not powers. So not really the same thing. What will I do to prevent oil prices from going up? Oil prices are going up. Prepare your wallets. Maybe Deku. I don't know. He just punches air and shouts out. Yeah. So like Deku does not have wind powers. Deku has super strength. He just generates wind by punching hard. That is not the same as having wind powers. I have not seen Sandland, and when you say Beelzebub, I think of the anime Beelzebub, the baby with the green hair, and I'm pretty sure he does not have wind powers. So my favorite wind user is Terrible Tornado. I can't say I don't think anyone else has picked Terrible Tornado today. The Tornado chick from Chain Soldier. I haven't seen Chain Soldier yet. I plan to. Soy Phone is a wind user, right? Shuriko is a wind ability. I think Soy Phone, if I'm remembering correctly, I think Soy Phone is a valid pick. Will oil prices go up cause everything to go up in price? Yes. Yes, you should expect everything to go up in price. Groceries, any goods, pretty much everything is going to go up in price. It's Yoichi then. Fair enough. Yuno from Black Clover. A lot of people are picking Yuno. I think Yuno's the most popular pick of the day. I'm still standing by Tamari. I'm standing by her. I have not seen Yokai Watch yet. No, Modulo is canon. Modulo is a real thing. I just haven't read it. There is some random demon from Chainsaw Man Reese. So let's, okay, wait, Reese. I don't think Reese has wind power. She uses bombs. There's the shark guy. I don't really remember any wind-specific person from Reese. I remember bombs and sharks. Terrible Tornado is more of a psychic. Yeah, I mean, if you're using psychic powers to generate wind, that's not so much wind. You're just like, you can manipulate other objects besides wind. You're just kind of controlling your environment. I feel like, again, that's kind of a stretch. I feel like that's kind of a stretch. Rayquaza can learn flying-based attacks, so yes, that would count. How you doing, Lost Heart? Do I know about the YouTube channel Death Battle? Yes, I do know who they are. There was some massive baby demon or something that died to Denji. I watched them. Am I forgetting something? I remember the Shark Boy, and I remember Reese. And I remember Maki at the end. Yeah, I just don't remember the rest. Technically, any wind character in Genshin Impact. So I played Genshin Impact for about 20 minutes. But if you want to, you can count Genshin Impact. You can count characters from Genshin Impact if they have wind-based powers, which I'm pretty sure they did. Technically, Naruto has wind powers, so Naruto, yeah, you can absolutely count Naruto. He's right there. He's right there. Sorry, he's right there. The Shark Boy was Glazer. Yeah, I forgot his name, but I liked him. He was cool. Even us humans can move a piece of paper by punching in the air. Hard to... and bringing up Superman is stupid. Here's the thing. I don't think bringing up Superman is stupid. I think they were just trying to clarify on what the standard is for what we are considering wind powers. I think you need to be more understanding when you're talking to a bunch of random people on the internet when they're just scrolling by. How do I do these topics? Do I have a wheel or do I think of them randomly? So typically, I think of them randomly. This one, someone suggested during yesterday's stream, because yesterday I chose who is your favorite sand user. And during that stream, someone suggested tomorrow, please do favorite wind user. So I did. But typically, I do make the topics up myself. Why do people get upset when someone says Superman is a boring character? Because some fans get very emotionally attached to the things that they like. So when someone criticizes that thing, they take it as a personal attack. And I don't think that's a healthy way to go about it. I don't think that's the right way. And I think some people communicate very ineffectively on both sides of that situation. But that's pretty much why people get upset. I don't really care personally. Like if you insult something that I like, I don't care. I do wish people would communicate more effectively, but I'm not gonna get mad over it. Does an eagle count? No, because we're talking wind powers. Eagles are just, following the rules of physics and flapping their wings so they could fly. Can we talk about what anime we watch? You absolutely could. 100% you can. We do that all the time here. Wamu, since he didn't count last stream and now he does. So, yeah, you could do that. Would explosion powers technically count as wind? No, because wind generated from an explosion is just... It's kind of the same idea as super strength, where you're not controlling the wind. You are just producing a force that is causing wind. So no, explosions and wind are not the same thing. Can you suggest a topic? How about the best sensei teacher? We could absolutely do that. If you guys ever have a topic suggestion for either a video or a live stream, there's a section in the Discord, in my Discord server, called Content Suggestions. So you can feel free to post anytime there things you want me to talk about in short form or live stream format. Pikachu is not a wind user, guys. Pikachu is an electric type who can also do like some normal attacks. Am I the weirdest dude I've ever seen in my live chat? You're not even remotely close. Like Gogeta, not even remotely close. You said a couple of things which were kind of, off, kind of off there, but no. No. Sanji is not a wind user. Sanji kicks really, really hard, can use fire, fire, like, he can spin around causing friction and heat up his leg, and he has an enhanced body, but he does not have wind powers. Okay, another vote for you. I think Yuno is definitely getting the most popular vote of the day. Zoro, not a wind user. Boruto is a wind user, so that is a valid take. Though you're the only person who said Boruto today. So Kuma is not a wind user. Kuma uses his pawpaw fruit to compress air. Like, the thing is, what Kuma's power does is repel things. So, like, he's basically just repelling air and compressing it into a small space and then letting it go. It's not like his power is wind based. Like, he can create a shockwave, but it's the means of how he creates the shockwave that I would not classify it as being a wind based ability. Any wind user from fiction or just anything you want. You want to pick anime, you want to pick cartoons, you want to pick live action movies, you want to pick a book. Go ahead. Feel free to share it. Feel free to share. The weirdest guy was that one guy who keeps bringing up Detective Conan. He's still here, and no, he's not the weirdest. Because, like, being, like, particularly attached to one show in itself isn't that weird. We're not going to get into the weird people on my... We're not getting into that today. Ditto is not a wind user. Ditto only knows one attack. It's called Transform, that turns into something. So Ditto turning into something else with a wind-based ability is just copying that ability. His powers in themselves are not wind-based. Detective Conan has like 40 openings. I'm not ever doing that. 40 openings is insane. You love TQQ. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did enjoy it. I did. It was surprisingly good. Because I don't normally enjoy those kinds of shows. Rayquaza, specifically Mega Rayquaza. You are not the first person to pick Mega Rayquaza. Caesar Clown does not have wind-based abilities. They are gas. Caesar Clown is a gas-based Devil Fruit. You won't find anyone better than Tamari. Tamari is my favorite pick. I'm sticking with her. Let's see. Any votes for Venti? No one has mentioned Venti today, so you would be the first. Soyphone from Bleach? I think maybe one person has mentioned Soyphone. Maybe one, possibly two at the most. So not getting much votes there. Who was my favorite from Quintessential Quintuplets? I had two picks. Yotsuba and Miku. Do I speak Spanish? No. Sonami is my favorite. I don't really count Sonami because, well, the Hashira do not have any powers. They are physically very strong, but they don't actually produce any element. Like, it's not actually there. I wonder how old these people are. You, me, and many others have already said Superman, Omni-Man, Sanji create air pressure due to their absurd strength. Yeah, but, like, how old they are? Also, keep in mind, a lot of people who talk in chat, they're just scrolling by. They're very passive in nature. They might come in, make a comment, and then leave 5 seconds later. So, like, that happens very often. It's not like they're sitting here ignoring everything I'm saying and then just saying the same comment again. So, like, that's just the nature of social media. Pikachu can learn fly in the game, if I remember correctly. And that, so, like, I think there is a Pikachu variant that can learn fly, but it's not like a normal Pikachu, like, just as is. I know there's also a Pikachu that can learn surf. But there's not, like, it's not just like regular Pikachu that can just float into the sky. I think it's a very, very specific circumstance. There's a lot of topics, to be honest. Best family in anime, best transfer. I am never going to run out of topics. Best romance, Snow White with red hair. So I don't know if Pikachu normally learns surf anymore. I do have Pokemon Fire Red, and I do have a Pikachu in my party The thing is, I already have a Poliwhirl who knows Surf, so I wouldn't teach Pikachu Surf. Please don't say your age. 34. Fun fact, strangely enough, the Rhyhorn line can learn Surf. It is true. I've seen Rhydon know Surf. That is true. Also in the Pokemon anime, there is a Rhydon that likes the water. In the I forgot if it was Johto or Kanto. It might have been Kanto. There's a Rhydon in the anime that likes water. The Akatsuki no Yona is Yona of the Dawn. Yona of the Dawn's really good. Flying Pikachu is a special Pokemon card from like a McDonald's collab or something. That does sound right. I don't remember the details, to be honest. Like I'm not gonna say you're right because it sounds right. It was too long ago for me. In 2027, because I'll buy Pokemon Wind, so technically I'm a Wind user. I will also be buying Pokemon Wind. So if we're counting that, then I will also be a Wind user. I'm looking forward to the game. It's looking pretty good so far. Captain Pikachu is the newest Pokemon anime. Can fly too, if I remember correctly. Wait. There's a flying Pikachu in the anime? Not from what I've seen. I'm not there yet. There was a question about immortal beings, so the best would be Zamasu, in my opinion. I'm not picking Zamasu. Definitely not. I can understand Zamasu's mentality and their perspective, but are they my favorite immortal? No, they're not going to be. They are not going to be. Fujin from Mortal Kombat. A few people have picked Mortal Kombat characters. In the current series, so I have not caught up yet. I'm about 25-30% of the way through Diamond and Pearl. I'm making good progress. I'm actually the Saint Jay Garcia Saturn Guy profile pic who said he is a wholesome grandpa. Okay, I remember. I remember you specifically. Saturn is not a wholesome grandpa. Do I know about Chopsaki, Chooks, or Robot Boy? Robot Boy, yes. The other one, no. Wind and Waves is a big roast towards IGN since one of the complaints in Oris was too much water. The thing is, about Oris. I didn't play that other one. I kind of like the idea of having multiple islands. I think that looks like a lot of fun. Do I trust IGN's ratings? I don't look at ratings ever. I do not look at ratings ever. I don't. So no. Aizen would be the best immortal being to me. I don't think Aizen really would count for this. I don't think Aizen's immortal. Let's see. So I enjoyed the show. Which show were you talking about? Do I trust which show are we talking about now? Yuno is a great Wind user. I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. He's not going to be my favorite. Also, my camera moved. Let me fix the YouTube camera. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Yuno is a great Wind user. Do I enjoy the show? Do I mind me saying anything about the Pokemon anime, or is it spoiler free? You can say things about the Pokemon anime. Just don't tell me anything past Diamond and Pearl, because I'm not there yet. So if you want to talk about the newest season, don't tell me. Aizen is immortal after fusing with the Hogyoku. Is he really immortal though? Oh damn. Damn. Did not know he was immortal. Can I still do a helicopter impression? Okay, just a worm. You're getting timed out. I have to draw a line somewhere. I'm drawing a line there, dude. Come on. Jesus, that's going too far. Okay, Gogeta, you need to chill too. I tried watching Galactic Football again. God, I didn't realize how bad it was when I watched it as a kid. I have never watched Galactic Football, so I don't know. I don't know about that one. It kind of confuses me that in the games, a Ghastly can learn Ice Punch. Yeah, sometimes Pokemon doesn't always make sense. And Ghastly doesn't have any hands. Who would I don't do power scaling? Sorry, dude. Thoughts on John Gallier? I have no idea who that is. Did I like Flapjack? I forgot who Flapjack is as well. Do I like Blue Lock or not? Yes, I do. I do like Blue Lock. I do like Blue Lock. So, Gogeta, are you going to start behaving, man? Are you going to start behaving? Dumbo is your... Okay. Dumbo the Flying Elephant, as much as I love Dumbo, is not a wind user. I know the physics make no sense. But just flapping your ears and flying, I would not call a wind user. The Pokemon anime gave a Snorlax 6 moves and a Zebstrika a full moveset of non-electric attacks. Sounds about right. 7 Deadly Sins, I think it's a mixed bag of some things done well and some things done terribly. And who do I like the most in Blue Lock? I would say Nagi. I like Nagi. I got a whole speech to practice for. Please don't give me a speech of the nonsense you've been talking about. Charizard can't learn Fly. I'm pretty sure Charizard in Pokemon Red can learn Fly. In Fire Red. I'm pretty sure when I was teaching my other Pokemon Fly that Charizard had the option to learn it. I'm pretty sure. Unless I was seeing things. Do I like Dark Magic? Depends on the anime of which it's used. Flapjack is the cartoon where they want to find a sugar island. I gotta say, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Hasn't Pikachu also damaged ground types with electric moves? Yes. Pikachu has done outlandish things with electric attacks. Towards the start of the anime, they supercharged Pikachu with some forgot what they used. They supercharged Pikachu with electricity, and his Thunderbolt then beat an Onix. They beat Onix with an electric attack. Dark Magic Black Clover. I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's fine. It's not my favorite magic in the series. I think it's all right. Is Berserk a controversial manga? I wouldn't say it's controversial. No, I would say that it has some darker subjects in it. It definitely has some heavy subject matter, which not everyone is okay with dealing with. Does people with telekinesis count? For wind users, no. Because telekinesis is simply the manipulation of various objects and matter. While wind user is, if you're just using telekinesis to manipulate things or manipulate matter to generate wind, I would not call that a wind user. If your abilities specifically cause or control wind, then I would say it's a wind user. I strangely don't remember a Yu-Gi-Oh! Wind user. So, if you mean wind-type Pokemon, wind-type Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, there absolutely are wind-type Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. If we want to talk about, where we see them use, blasts of wind, depends how far we want to stretch things. Do you want to count the Harpy ladies who are flying type monsters? Do we want to count monsters that only actively Wait, we should count monsters that shoot wind. Which monsters shoot wind? I'd have to think on this one. Let's see. Ash in Ruby and Sapphire got Pikachu to hit Swellow with a Thunderbolt, and somehow he turned Super Saiyan. I've seen Pikachu use Thunderbolt on Swellow, and I don't know what you're talking about. So what type of user is the strongest? There is no strongest. The strongest isn't a real thing. Is Aang the best wind user of all? In general, I would say no. I think he's a very strong wind user, but in the story of Avatar, he's probably the strongest airbender in Avatar. Power scaling is stupid in my opinion, because in fiction, if you want to, you can make anyone beat anyone. So here's the thing. Let me make this clear, because a lot of people confuse this. Just because I have no interest in that subject whatsoever, it's not me calling it stupid. Whatever you want to do with your time, whatever you take an interest in, I'm not going to call it stupid. It's just not something I have a particular affinity for. That's really it. I'm not trying to put it down. I think Monette counts because she can create cold gusts. So like the thing is, Monette, like Monette's power isn't found like the foundation of her power is not wind, but like the byproduct of her powers do cause wind. So like I guess you could count it. Like I think counting it is a bit of a stretch, but at the same time, I think I would find it acceptable. I would find it acceptable. Like Swellow turned golden. Uh, the only time I remember Swellow going, yeah, I just don't know what you're talking about. I've seen Swellow hit by an electric attack, but I never saw Swellow just turn blonde. No, I would not call Luffy's attacks wind at all. Luffy's attacks are not wind based. Namor can make a hurricane, so that counts. So let me again. I've had to clarify a few times. If you are just using your power, if you're using a power that controls or produces wind through like that is your ability specifically, then yes. If you are just very very physically strong, and then like you just generate wind through punching hard or blowing hard, I wouldn't call that being a wind user. I would just call that being like having supernatural physical stats. I think the fungus magic is the worst in Black Clover. I'm just fine with the fungus magic. It's not my favorite. It's not going to be my favorite. Swallow is Ash's best bird, even though I prefer Staraptor. So I do. I actually think I prefer Swallow to Staraptor, even though I like Staraptor. I also have a strong. I have a deep love for Pidgeot, even though stats wise I know it's not that good. I just love Pidgeot. I think Monette counts because she can. I already read that one. I didn't really like Bone Magic because it didn't make sense. What do you mean it didn't make sense? Would Doma count as a wind user because of his icy wind? So, like, guys, I don't know how many times I have to keep repeating it. If your power is wind based, so you are producing or conjuring wind, then yes. If you're just super strong and then you punch and you make air, I wouldn't count that. So it's that simple. If Mahito can if Mahito can like shift his body to whatever, why doesn't he just transfigure people from a distance? Because in order to manipulate people's souls, he needs to touch that. He needs to make contact with people's souls. I like your new live stream design. I literally just changed the green screen. That's all I did. I didn't do anything fancy. It like this is something that is available on TikTok to everybody. A few people have picked Storm from X-Men. And guys, I'm just letting you know I have 4 minutes till I have to go. If shooting wind is counted, then technically, so like again, I already made that clear. Controlling wind and using enhanced physical stats like punching really hard or swinging really hard is not wind powers. Zoro swinging his sword and generating wind from that does not make him a wind user. Is Star Magic OP? Technically, every power can be OP if you use it right. Would I say Heijun can solo anime? No. No one can. Does a pterosaur count because they are big and can potentially create a strong... Okay, so no. Even if you have wings, if you flap your wings and like because of the sheer size of your wings, you're creating a big like gust of wind because you're a big animal, I wouldn't count that as being a wind user. Now, if you're a Pokemon that can actually use like a wind-based technique like Whirlwind, Gust, Sky Cutter, I would count that. But Mahito could like stretch his arms really far or something. So like, yes, Mahito can like mess around with the shape of his body. He still needs to make contact with someone's soul in order to manipulate it. Let's see. Anyone can make a manga where the MC can canonically defeat Heijun with ease. It's there's no reason to take power scaling that seriously. Do I count? Do I count what? Like, do I count as being a wind user? I mean, I'm full of hot air sometimes, but no. Dragon from One Piece. Chat. Okay, chat. I'm tapping. I'm tagging someone else. Can someone from chat please answer the dragon comment because I'm not doing it again. I've done it enough times. I've debunked this one enough times. The amount of dragon comments is absolutely insane. No one pays attention. Let's see. Okay, we're good. I think I'm up to date. I power scale, but I do it based on feats, and like anything I say isn't outright canon. I mean, true. No matter how educated the fan, it's never canon. One Piece mid, I disagree, but I'm not gonna get mad at you for not liking it. That's okay. You're entitled to to enjoy what you want. I'm sorry, Abs. I don't watch shows like that. I can't help you. If you're into like the goonerish shows, I'm not. So I can't help you there. It's not what I do. I like the more wholesome, less revealing content. Not really my thing. I feel like 20% of power scaling is educated opinions, and the rest is people saying Goku solos. I don't feel that way, but at the same time, it's just not something I delve into. Chainsaw Man Trust. I mean, Chainsaw Man's a good series. I think Chainsaw Man's a perfectly valid series. Favorite seinen? Probably going to be Monster. Might be Monster. I think, yeah. I'm gonna say Monster. Like, it's a good murder mystery, great villain, great plot, excellent storytelling, a little bit of a slow burn, which I'm fine with sometimes. Very, very dark. If you like dark, it does that. Can L solve the monster case? Yes, he certainly can. I believe in L. I definitely believe in L. I can't wait for Assassination Classroom movie. Neither can I. I don't think enough people are talking about that movie. I don't think enough people know that the movie's coming out. We're getting another Assassination Classroom movie. My friend watched Monster. He says it's his favorite murder mystery. I think it's great. It wasn't my favorite ending, but overall the series was very good. Koro Sensei is Koro Sensei is my favorite teacher. Like, across anime, Koro Sensei is my favorite teacher. He's great. He is great. Let's see. I think either at the end of 2026 or 2027, the Assassination Classroom movie, I'm pretty confident is coming out this year. Kakashi would be my favorite if he didn't claim to know 1,000 jutsu and only uses a dozen. So, like, I do think that's unfortunate that Kakashi has this incredible repertoire of techniques, and we don't get to see nearly close to all of it. But, like, I still think it's fair to pick him as your favorite wind user, if you wanted to. We are Koro Sensei, we carry the flame. As much as I love Koro Sensei, I am not him. Which episode are you on in JoJo's? I still have not started season 5. I still haven't started it. And I said I was going to end the stream like 10 minutes ago. I'll stay on for 2 more minutes, then I really have to go. My roommate's going to be home soon, we're going to make dinner. So, like, I'll go in 2 minutes. Let's see. Am I up to... yeah, I'm updated on chat. I guess it's... chat is starting to calm down now because it's like the end of the night. Part 5 is really nice, honestly, my favorite gang. So I will start part 5, just not soon. Does Kakashi copying Rasengan count as wind? So no, because base Rasengan is not a wind technique. Rasen Shuriken is a wind-based technique. Rasengan, the base Rasengan is just chakra rotating really fast and compressed. Now, Rasen Shuriken is when you apply wind nature to that. Have I ever watched a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? I have not. I have not seen that yet. I've heard of it. I would say, like... Wait, has Kakashi shown any wind-style jutsu? He's done Water Dragon, Water Vortex, Shadow Clones, Sharingan, Chidori. What is my opinion on... Toto is my favorite character from JJK, so I like him very much. He's great. I wish we were going to get more of him, but unfortunately not really. He was so good. He was so good. Actually, is my roommate up? Hang on. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's see. My favorite character is Sukuna, though. Sukuna is fine. I mean, I like him more than a lot of characters, but I can't say he's my favorite. Have I ever been to the Arnold? I know I like working out. So no, I have not been to the Arnold because, one, that's expensive, and two, I have no interest in the sport of bodybuilding. I can respect it. I train using bodybuilding principles and methods, so I even do content on it. But like, I don't have any interest in the competition itself. Light or L, L easily. Easily. And Sonami is not a wind user. I mean, there are swordsmen who uses, like, there's no actual wind being produced. This isn't the end of Toto's story. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not reading the manga, but if we get more Toto in the anime, I will be happy. I would be happy with that. Because, like, JJK aside, I just like his character. I just think he's funny. I love his powers. The whole like, I'm your new best friend, or like, he's just fun. Favorite Hashira, Gyome. Like across Demon Slayer, it's just Gyome is one of the only characters I actually care about. He's one of the only characters I care about at all. If I don't mind suggesting something for tomorrow's live, favorite shadow user. So I think we already got someone in chat suggested that we do a favorite sensei, which we easily could. If you guys have suggestions for short form or live stream content, or even Patreon content or whatever, there is a chat room in my Discord server called Content Suggestions. So feel free to go in there, recommend stuff anytime. All right, I sent it in the Discord. Awesome. So when you send it in the Discord, if I give it a thumbs up, then that means I've written it down and I've planned it. So like, if I haven't given it a thumbs up yet, then you know I haven't gone to it. But that's how you know I've done it. Let's see. Have I watched Quintessential Quintuplets? Indeed, I have. Have you seen the movie that wraps it up? I didn't watch the filler that comes after the movie because it just gets kind of uninteresting. But I did watch the movie. What's my opinion? I enjoyed it more than I thought I would because it is a multi-route romance series, and I don't typically like those. My choices were Yotsuba and Miku. Or Miku. I was happy with either. What about like anime or like Strongest People? So like, I don't know what you mean. Like, you're just saying what about like anime or like Strongest People? I've seen nearly 1,000 anime, so I'm a fan of many different things, and I don't really power scale. That's not what I do. So like, I don't care how strong a character is. I care how interesting they are. I care how they're written. I care how they affect the plot and how they interact with other characters and their development or the consistency of their character. Let's see. I love the Culling Games arc because it shows that JJK isn't carried by Sukuna and Gojo. It is true. I think there's a lot more to JJK than just those two. I just finished it and I need a new recommendation. Can I give me one? I don't mind the genre. You're the person who was talking about Quintessential, right? Yes, you were. I would say the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. Let's see. Have I seen Undead Unluck? Not yet. It is on the list. It is on my list. And okay, last minute. Opinion on Yozakura Family. I haven't seen that one. In fact, I only heard about it today, I think. Let's see. Have I seen Undead Unluck? Who has the most aura in anime? I'd probably say Escanor. He's my pick. I'm just biased. It's a spy romance anime, so like, I'm open to that. I love a good romance series. The last spy romance series I saw, I dropped on the first episode because it was kind of creepy and the age gap was weird. Is Aang a good user? Yes, Aang is a good user. I literally have him on the green screen right there. Which Spider-Man is the best? Between Toby, Andrew, and Tom, I prefer Toby. I overall think Future Yuji is the strongest of what? In JJK? I mean, I've heard things about Modulo. I don't read it. I'm not going to pretend to know. Uh, but if you think he's the strongest in anime, no. But yeah, I'm a Tobey Maguire guy. I mean, I like Andrew. I like Tom. I just the first like one the first Spider-Man movies 1 and 2 just they hit me different. They hit different, you know. Okay, if it just in JJK, then I've heard things. I don't really follow it. I watch the anime, but the anime is still not that far in, right? We're only on season 3. We're still in the Culling Games. For humor, probably Andrew, but overall Tobey. Uh, Sorry. One thing I don't like about JJK Modulo is that it seems like Gege just buffed Yuji too much. I've heard he's pretty strong now. Like he's very strong now. I'm just gonna reserve my opinion to when it comes out. Like I'm assuming we'll probably get an anime for it just because of how big JJK is. So when it comes out eventually, I'll watch it. And I'll decide for myself if I like the way he approached things. I don't mind him being stronger than Sukuna and Gojo, but he's a bit too OP. I mean, yeah, I mean, look, you're allowed to have that opinion. Right now, I'm not there, so I'm not too bothered by it. I'll find out eventually, whenever we end up getting there. Could be a year from now, could be 2 years from now. I don't know exactly when it'll be when we eventually get that, but maybe we won't. I don't even know. I don't know. But I don't really care when a character is really strong. If it feels like they got really strong out of nowhere for no reason, then it's kind of like, eh. Maybe 2029, 2030, maybe. Maki could be overpowered too. Is Yuji not that good? It's not that good. I mean, are you saying that like Yuji's not that good compared to Maki? I'm not really sure what you're trying to say there. And the finale of JJK could take up to a lot of time. I mean, probably. I assume that JJK is not going to end soon. Like the original like main timeline of JJK might be ending soon, but like Modulo, I don't know. Because her power is better than Toji's. I mean, I've heard people go back and forth on this. I never really cared too much about whose powers is better than whose. But again, I'm kind of just I've never focused too much on those particular details. I know you guys tend to do you tend to pay more attention to that. I tend to pay more attention to like the characters themselves, like how they behave and how they interact and how attached I get to them. You don't want to spoil too much, but the one fight is definitely getting a movie because of the Reese arc revenue. That doesn't surprise me. I personally don't want Gojo vs Sukuna to be in a movie. Episodes would bring more hype. I would rather, yeah, for Gojo Sukuna, I don't want a movie. I want episodes. It's not about who's better. It's about who is cooler. Well, better is kind of just an umbrella term for like multiple different factors which make you like a character more than another, and cooler is just a very specific category of better. It's like just who you think has more I guess a more enjoyable presence on screen or a more epic presence on screen. Is Mushoku Tensei good? It would be without Rudeus. Like if you take away Rudeus, I think the rest of the story would have been really good. And they'll probably get greedy and make it a movie. I prefer episodes. I really hope they don't. I just want episodes. The guy who said Maki is stronger than Toji is wrong. A narrative says they're equal. It's not a debate I get involved with. Like I know you have to go. See you later. I love art. That's perfectly fine. It like if you guys want to have that debate on who's stronger than who or whose powers are better than whose, you're more than happy to have. You're more than welcome to have that conversation. It's just not something I'm particularly into. Does Tidge? And okay, let's say 3 more comments before I wrap it up. So I already see 3 comments. What do I like from the 9th episode of the Culling Games? I haven't seen it yet. Real ones know this guy's worst enemy is power scaling. The thing is, it's not my worst enemy. It's just not something I'm into. Heading out. Have a good day. See you later, owls. Like, it's not my enemy. It's just, understand this. It is a subject that I have no interest in. Also, even if you put aside my lack of interest in power scaling, because I have no interest in it, I also have no opinion on it. So asking me who beats who is like, asking a physicist a question on dermatology. I'm not the person to ask. Yes. See, now Nick is correct. My worst enemy is people picking Dragon as a wind user. At least right now. At least right now. Guys, if you're gonna pick somebody, it's at least gotta be confirmed. It's at least gotta be confirmed. Like, come on. Like, if you want to say, like, you can, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. At this point, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, okay, we'll say one more comment, because I did skip one of the comments because I couldn't answer it. I'll say one more before we wrap it up. And then I'll come back tomorrow. Oh, wait, tomorrow is Monday. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be back on Twitch. Tomorrow we have our Twitch stream. So we'll be back on Twitch in the morning. Does Toji and Maki stand a chance? I'm not the guy to ask for power scaling stuff. I'm really not the person, because it's not something I have any like stake in or interest in. I'm not trying to put it down. It's just it's not what I do. It's not what I do. This is like my content is more about like anime education, like history, or like any number of things. Like, yeah, I think it's time to call it. Are you excited for SBR? No, because I haven't started part 5 yet. I'm not gonna get excited for part 7 when I'm like several seasons behind. So like, nah, I got plenty of time till I'm there. Guys, you can see I'm like burning out. I'm capped out. New Dragon Ball Super is coming out. It is in a few months. And what do I think of the new episode of Culling Games JJK? I'm not there. I'm like an episode or 2 behind. Guys, I think I'm like toast. My brain is cooked. I've been live for how long have I been live? We've been live for over 2 hours. My brain is done. I think I'm starting to short circuit. I'm just gonna call it. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys then. I'm done. All right.